Federal government is distributing more than 8 million N95 respirators.
Social distancing is evident almost everywhere.
The number of new claims for unemployment benefits is truly unprecedented.
We can't let the economy collapse.
We have a bipartisan agreement.
Here is your coronavirus update for Tuesday, March 31st, evening edition. I'm Jim Watkins. This podcast is sponsored by GetTheTea.com. Researchers at the Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovation, or CEPI, an international non-governmental organization, are calling for a new model of vaccine development for pandemics, arguing that overlapping otherwise linear stages of vaccine development and investing early in manufacturing capacity can bring pandemic vaccines to market faster. The paper was published in the March 30th edition of the New England Journal of Medicine. Respected Harvard healthcare professor William Hasseltine spoke earlier today about the thing that worries him the most about how America is dealing with the pandemic. Hasseltine, appearing with FNC's Dana Perino earlier today, had these comments about the U.S. strategy of containing the coronavirus.
Yeah, there is, and it's called contact tracing. The way the Chinese controlled this, and Koreans, Singaporeans, and others controlled this, was by rigorous contact tracing and isolation of those who were exposed, not just those who were infected. And it wasn't only based on tests. They did it regardless of the test results because they didn't necessarily trust their test results. I had a friend, an American, who flew from Frankfurt to Shanghai. There was somebody on the plane infected. Everybody on the plane was contacted and placed for 14 days in isolation in a hotel room. They could not they could not leave their door for 14 days from time of exposure. That's how the Chinese did it. We don't do anything like that yet. We need to be more aggressive about contact tracing and mandatory isolation of people who've been in contact with those who are infected. That's what gets me up at night, because I don't want our country to go the way Italy's going. Today is worse than yesterday for Italy. They're not out of the woods yet. And even though people are staying home, the Italian authorities aren't doing the contact tracing. I'm glad you asked me that, because that actually does keep me up at night.
That was Dr. William Hasseltine, recently returned from Wuhan, where he chaired the 9th U.S.-China Health Summit. He also serves as chair and president of the global health think tank Access Health International. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said other countries should ramp up efforts to share transparent information about the Wuhan virus as the world battles the new illness from China. Pompeo said, quote, "We need every country to step up and provide accurate, transparent information," adding that more disinformation instead puts people's lives at risk, not only today but in the weeks ahead as we battle this enormous challenge, end quote. California state leaders and doctors are cautiously optimistic that the Bay Area's early moves to lock down residents 2 weeks ago have prevented surges of coronavirus patients from overwhelming the region's healthcare capacity thus far. 6 Bay Area counties were first in the country to adopt aggressive tactics, with an enforceable March 16th order requiring residents to stay home. 3 days later, Governor Gavin Newsom issued a statewide order restricting the state's 40 million residents from all but essential activities. After 14 days, doctors at area hospitals are now reporting fewer cases than they expected to see at this point. Newsom said, "We believe every stay-at-home order has helped advance our efforts," end quote. Now, taking a look at the global numbers at this hour, there have been just over 854,000 cases, 32,000 deaths, and 177,000 have recovered. Tomorrow marks day 22 since the very first case was documented in China by a local physician, occurring on December 1st, 2019. There are currently 593,573 people who have coronavirus. In the U.S. at this hour, there are now 185,200 cases confirmed positive in the U.S. 632 people died today, increasing the number to just under 3,800 total across the United States. New York remains the hot spot with 208 deaths today, pushing the total number to 1,550. New Jersey reported 69 deaths today. 266 people have died in Jersey so far. Michigan had the second highest death toll today with 75. Louisiana announced 54 deaths. Massachusetts and Connecticut both announced 33 deaths each, and there were 10 states today that had double-digit fatalities. California was up 4 to 149 total deaths. Florida was up 6 deaths today to 77. Georgia increased 6 deaths today to 108. And in Washington, Colorado, D.C., and Utah, no fatalities were reported there. Once again, 632 people have died from COVID-19 in the U.S. in the last 24 hours. The global picture is next as we continue, and a reminder that this podcast is sponsored by Life Change Tea. They offer a full lineup of tasty teas and products that help your digestion and support a healthy immune system. GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com. Promo code JIM for free shipping on great teas and more. Turning our attention now overseas, looking at the top 10 countries most affected by coronavirus. Italy saw 837 deaths today, bringing their total to 12,428. Spain saw almost 750 deaths today, bringing their total to just under 8,500. Germany, 129 deaths today, bringing their total to 774. England now with 381 deaths now, with a total of 1,800 in the UK. France, 500 deaths today, bringing their total to 2,500. Canada, closer to home, 6 deaths today, bringing their total to 162. Good news out of Japan, no deaths reported today, and still at 56 now for 3 straight days. And India was up 3 deaths today to 35. Just under 4,300 fatalities reported from COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. For up-to-the-minute numbers and the latest breaking news, follow us online at candidlyspeaking.net. With your coronavirus update for Tuesday, March 31st, the evening edition, I'm Jim Watkins.
Hey, is that a new music app?
Yeah, check it out. Surfer Music Discovery. It links to thousands of online stations, but the twist is you see the song names and artists that are now playing live.
That's different. No guessing. Looks like a waterfall of music.
So many formats. Rock, oldies, country, R&B, jazz, and a whole lot more.
How's that spelled?
Surfer. S-U-R-F-R.
Is it expensive?
It's free. No need to sign up or sign in.
Get the Surfer Music app free from Google Play or the App Store.